Hello and welcome back to Starcraft 1. In this episode, we'll be starting off with the Desperate Alliance mission, where plot starts to happen.
Receiving incoming transmission.
Survive for 30 minutes.
Yep.
And frankly,
30 minutes.
to say about Confederate regulations.
30 minutes.
Don't know where your loyalties lie. Y'all have a real
So why is this part only 14 minutes long?
Because the majority of that 30 minutes we get to cut out.
16 outland stations have
Oh.
reported sightings of the alien invaders.
Well, that's good.
inside Zerg. The Confederates have arrested all standing.
But was it really unnecessary to my comprehension of the game situation?
3 stations have fallen to the Zerg already.
Um,
We've been unable
For
to
the
locate
most part,
any
yeah.
source of
I
the
mean,
military
they're not
related
attacking
threat.
us constantly for 30
The
minutes after all.
extremist faction known
They
as
send
the
they
Sons
send
of
their
Chaos.
units in small waves until the very end, where it's a bunch of giant waves. Hi, Arcturus, you're an asshole.
And I represent the Sons of Korhal. You're familiar with the Confederate propaganda surrounding my group, but your reputation suggests you'll see past it.
Kind of.
It's never been our practice to operate in any one place for long, but these Zerg don't look like they're going to wait. I'm gonna
These
make you a home.
Zugs, so they
I'd like
call
to help you out by
themselves.
sending down a number of transports to your colony and evacuating any survivors. You know, of course, that my organization operates outside the bounds of Confederate law. That's why they spread their lies and misinformation. If you decide to accept our help, you'll be branded as an outlaw too.
Now, a good outlaw or a bad outlaw?
Time to make a stand, Magistrate.
Ending transmission.
Well, it is a hypocrisy for a magistrate of the court to accept help from an outlaw.
Distress beacon activated at 12:20.
Alright, and here we go.
I am going to wag my great pointy judicial finger at you.
Alright, so yes, although it says 30 that you're supposed to survive for 30 minutes, it's not actually 30 minutes that you need to survive for thanks to the increased game speed.
It's 30 thanks to the game. Well, that's good. So and all they want you to do is just experience 30 minutes of game time. So this mission actually is going to take.
SCV good to go, sir.
I'm trying to.
The math says 12 minutes.
Okay, so the game speed appears to be about 30% faster. So 30% of so this is going to take 20 minutes.
Yes and no.
Go, go, go.
I don't honestly know how much of my personal game settings have sped up the clock, but I know it has just slightly though. Anyway,
Well, I mean, I count.
all right, for this specific mission, what you're gonna want to do is set up pretty much a line of bunkers on the front with supporting missile turrets. If you get like three bunkers with 3 missile turrets on the front line of each major segment of your base, you should have enough defenses there to hold off the final couple of waves, which are honestly the only part of this mission that you need to worry about. None of the other parts of this mission are even remotely an issue.
Good to go, sir. Right away, sir.
Once the clock goes down to about 5 minutes remaining, though, that's when they start testing your defenses.
So they're giving you 25 minutes to set up.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't know, Red Glasses Vulture Man. I think that is
SCV good to go,
just
sir.
asking for some severe punishment if you fail this mission.
It's kind of difficult to fail, honestly. Assuming that you know that that you will end up fighting both the ground and air forces, which they reveal about halfway through, because they're setting Zerglings at us in small numbers now. They'll start setting Mutalisks at us later, and there are missile turrets already in place. So they most certainly are hinting that there's going to be air forces coming in.
Job's finished.
But
Gotcha.
one of the big issues that you might end up having in this mission is real estate is pretty premium for this mission. You don't really have all that much space to work with. I mean, it looks like you have a lot of space, but then you remember that the supply depots take up like a 3x2 square or a rectangle, and you end up needing quite a few of those in order to supply those bunkers. The other thing that I wanted to show off here is that the computer actually starts to outright cheat.
I read you.
I didn't end up showing that part off, sadly, but you know.
Why? But what is it? Skipping development steps?
No, they don't skip development steps. They just spawn in units. One of the
Well, I was going to ask if there was a way that you could like disable the opponent so that survival would be that much easier, and that's as simple as going into their base and taking them out. But if they're just spawning onto the battlefield, then you can't block that. That was a very, very awkward jump cut. Thank you so much for the warning, Mr.
Yeah,
Cadet.
I jumped ahead to 10 minutes, and you'll notice that I comsat it around to show off that they do actually have a legitimate base, and you can, in fact, go and take down that base if you're cheating. I mean, you kind of have to cheat for it, because otherwise you end up sending like 24 Marines in there, and most of them die, and then you're like, oh fuck, that was most of my defensive force. But the thing is, you don't really want to do that, because unless you take down all of the base, they'll still spawn in units against you.
Piece of me, boy. Yes, sir.
But yeah, this is about what you want, honestly. I mean, I could probably use a couple more bunkers in my mineral line, and I definitely need more supply depots in order to get reinforcement forces.
Piece of me, boy.
But yeah, this mission is not honestly difficult. It's just that, you know, you're here for like 25 minutes, and
You're here for 25 minutes. I was saying that problem was foreseeable as early as the fucking mission briefing. I mean, like, Super Smash Bros. Melee gave you the 15-minute challenge, and if you completed that, you had a shot at unlocking Falco. This game makes you sit in the fucking tutorial for 30 minutes in not real time in order to complete just one rung on the ladder upwards out of tutorial land.
well, again, we are past tutorial land. This is, this is defensive gameplay.
You want a piece of me, boy?
The reasonable expectation is a game against a real human player would, as long as it's not one-sided, could probably take anywhere between, like 20 minutes to a half hour.
Oh no, competitive Starcraft 1 goes to no more than 15 minutes.
Reporting for duty.
Same with
Yeah, I figured
Starcraft
as
2
much.
for the record.
Competitors just become obsessed with ending the game.
Yeah. But there's a pretty good reason for that. Zerg flat out doesn't have late game in this game. The only Zerg unit that qualifies as late game is the Ultralisk, and it doesn't have anti-air, so it doesn't count.
Job finished.
Protoss and Terran both get late game, but Protoss start in the middle of their mid game when they spawn in, and Terrans actually kind of peter out towards the end of the game.
Reporting for duty. Job
Because the only unit that they have that's actually worth using in the late game is the battle cruiser, and well, they can rush into that.
Now you mentioned that pathfinding was a major Achilles heel in enjoying this game. Now how does pathfinding become fucked up as you start putting like factories and barracks like in the paths of these SCVs, for instance?
Yes and no. For example, if an SCV finishes a building but ends up finishing that building behind pathable area for them to travel on, they're just stuck there. Your options are either to kill them or dropship them out. However, since
Well,
SCVs,
that's a problem in StarCraft 2, though.
that doesn't mean it's not a problem here. It's worse here, I promise. I've only encountered that problem in StarCraft 2 when I've pretty much deliberately set it up. In StarCraft 1, that'll happen on accident all the fucking time.
Until dropship arrival.
Well, I'm saying that, so that's different than what I mean. That's actually good pathing for the fucking unit to accept. Well, I'm blocked. I just got to sit here for a little while. I'm talking about that. It's that the unit still has options, but it can't fucking like even. You're saying they can even?
I mean, it looks like these units have options in those scenarios, but they don't. The unit sizes end up screwing them over.
It seems to be pretty, clean so far. As long as everybody's still fucking moving. What the fuck are we doing?
No, we are comsetting around in order to scan the entire map. Because I have a comset station with spare energy, so I may as well use
Nice.
it.
Job finished. Outstanding. Orders, Captain?
There's so much
Here, we're
management.
gonna build
If
another
StarCraft,
factory.
if only StarCraft had like, some games I'm sure have to have like delegation of duties. Like, okay, you're the defense operator. I'm the offense operator. I'm home base. Like, those are 3 jobs, and everybody's got a job. Because one thing that I can never wrap my head around with these games is all the goddamn micromanagement, and then your guys are stuck in the weeds, and your opponents are attacking them, but you can't retreat them in time because you can't fucking find them, and oh boy.
Admittedly, StarCraft 1 and 2 actually are much better about this than other games, because anytime your units are in combat, they actually flash red on the minimap. I never remembered that that's a thing, but it definitely is a thing. It's never seriously, it's never something I remember, but it's always there, and yeah.
So actually, I think one really effective move is try to hit the enemy in 2 places at once. Because if you get the alert, spacebar, you're watching the very last thing that happened that you got an alert on. But if you're hitting 2 different
Look
things
at
in
all
2
the
different
Zerg
places,
things.
you can only concentrate on one of them at a time. And what if they pick the wrong one? Oh crap! Here they come.
Yep.
There is a mass of orange about to exit into the fog of war. Kill. Those are your orders, gentlemen. Just kill. Do not stop killing. If it
But you can
bleeds,
see that unit
we can
pathing is
kill it.
fucking up them too, because they're under attack move, and they just end up running into each other on the way in.
Well, I mean, it looks kind of. They kind of have to they have to get around each other, so they won't shoot through each other. Is their problem?
Well, they
This
can't
is a
shoot through each other
fucking
because the majority of them
meat
are
grinder over
Zerglings.
here.
You want a piece of me, boy?
You want a piece of me, boy?
And there we go. We have won this mission.
And we win! Yay! Yay! Well done, everyone!
You notice that large wave only hit this lower echelon? Yeah. One of the things that I actually do get to claim that the computer is doing is they know where I am and what points to attack.
You want a piece of me, boy?
They are getting smarter.
No,
There's
they're
a
not
learning
getting smarter.
computer.
They're just
The
cheating.
more contact I have with humans, the more I learn.
That is not enough dropships, Arcturus.
Strap yourselves in, boys. We have victory!
And in the next part, we will start doing the core hall missions. My APM in this mission was terrible. only
Going to
19.
Core Hall.